Today, we're tackling one of the biggest challenges any business faces. How do you perfect the customer journey? And I'm not just talking about putting out fires after something goes wrong. We're going to dive into how intelligent automation can actually design a flawless experience from the get-go every single time. So, let's get into it.
So, here's the big question, right? How can you possibly deliver a perfect, personalized, and super efficient experience for every single customer every single time they reach out? Doesn't matter if it's an email, a chat, a call, the goal is always perfection. I know, it sounds like a total moonshot, but that is exactly the problem this kind of intelligent automation is built to solve.
When you think about it, there are really two ways to go. On one hand, you've got the old manual way, which, let's be honest, is often just a chaotic scramble. You've got people juggling multiple systems, things get slow, inconsistent, and it's just a breeding ground for frustrating mistakes. But on the other hand, you have the intelligent way. It's fast, it's consistent, and it's incredibly accurate. The difference here isn't just a small improvement, it is a complete game changer.
All right, to really see how this works, we're going to follow one single customer request all the way from the moment it comes in to the moment it's completely resolved. This journey is going to show us, step by step, how automation can orchestrate that perfect response.
Okay, so every single journey kicks off right here. A single message. Could be an email, maybe a support ticket, or a message in a chat window. A customer has a problem or a question, and they've reached out. This is that moment of truth where the whole experience really begins. The second that message lands, the system's first job is absolutely critical. And it's not just to read the request, it's to truly understand it. We're talking about a shift from just, basic data entry to instant, deep comprehension.
And all of this happens in a split second across three key steps. First, the system grabs the message, no matter where it came from. Second, it instantly analyzes all the context it has, who this customer is, their history, everything. And third, it applies your business rules to figure out the smartest possible next move.
And I want to be clear, this is so much more than just a simple keyword search. The system is actually building a complete picture. It's looking at the customer's entire history, the tone of their message, are they frustrated, are they happy, and most importantly, it gets to the core intent. What is this person really trying to accomplish?
So, once the system gets the what and the why behind the request, it's time to decide what to do about it. And this isn't some random guess. No, it's a super precise decision-making process that's guided entirely by your company's own unique standards.
Now, this whole process is driven by something called business logic, and it's a really simple idea when you break it down. Think of it as your company's rulebook, just digitized. It's all the policies, all the procedures that define how you operate and exactly how you want any given situation to be handled.
And here is where that logic really comes to life. An intelligent system applies these rules automatically. So if a request is urgent, boom, it's instantly prioritized. If it's a complex issue that needs a specific expert, it gets routed directly to them. And what about those all-important compliance checks? Well, they're baked right into the workflow, so they are never, ever missed.
Okay, so at this point, the system knows what the customer wants, and it knows the rules for how to handle it. The very next step is finding the right information. And to do that, it consults a single source of truth. Think of it like a central brain for the entire organization.
This idea of a single source of truth is just so critical. Instead of having your people digging through scattered documents or, outdated FAQ pages, the system just queries one unified knowledge hub. This is where your business rules live. It's where the actions of all the different digital workers are coordinated. It basically ensures that every specialist is working from the exact same playbook, which guarantees every response is built on information that's 100% accurate and up to date. So, we've understood the request, we've applied the rules, and we've found the right answer. The final piece of the puzzle is to act. And this is where the system assembles a specialized digital team to create and deliver that perfect response.
Seriously, think of it like your own digital A-team, made up of all these specialized agents. You've got a communicator that handles routing, an analyst that's crunching all the data, a decision maker that's applying your logic, and a responder that crafts the perfect message. Each one has a specific job, and they all work together in perfect sync.
And that's the real key here. These agents aren't just working in their own little silos. They coordinate with each other seamlessly, sharing all the context in real time to build one single, cohesive, and perfectly tailored response for that customer.
Okay, so that's the process. But what about the payoff? What does all this actually mean for the business? This is where we connect all this powerful tech back to real, tangible value.
Well, first and foremost, the payoff is a vastly better customer experience.
Every single interaction becomes faster, it's more personalized, and it's consistently on point. You're not just solving problems anymore. You're actively building loyalty with every message.
And the second huge benefit? A massive boost in operational efficiency. When you automate all those routine tasks, you free up your human experts to focus on the most complex, high-value challenges. That means you can handle way more volume without having to proportionally increase your costs. Your whole operation just becomes more scalable. And finally, there's effortless compliance. Because your business rules are automatically enforced and every single decision leaves a digital audit trail, you're building policy adherence and risk mitigation directly into your day-to-day operations. It's basically compliance by design.
Which of course brings us to our final question for today. When you look at this whole journey, from understanding that initial request all the way to delivering a perfect compliant response, you really have to ask yourself, is my customer service ready for this future? And maybe more importantly, what would it mean for your business to get every single customer interaction right?